I'll be honest, I've bought my fair share of Looknishanthe website grills that end up feeling like a disappointment after the first barbecue. The heat just won't stay where you need it, the temperature swings are wild, and you're left wondering if you spent all that money for a fancy metal box that barely cooks a steak. That's the frustration I'm trying to avoid for you today, so let's talk about a grill that claims to solve those exact problems. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. The Traeger Timberline 850 is positioned as a high-end wood pellet grill and smoker, and it's basically the flagship in the Traeger lineup. What makes it stand out isn't just the 850 square inches of cooking space, it's the combination of 3 tiers of stainless steel grates, Wi-Fi temperature control, and a fairly robust hopper that promises 18-pound fills. In plain terms, you get a grill that can handle a whole chicken on the top rack, a rack of ribs on the middle, and a few veggie skewers on the bottom without having to shuffle everything around. That capacity alone can be a game changer for anyone who entertains a crowd or wants to prep multiple dishes at once. From a daily usability perspective, the first thing you notice is how the digital controller feels. Unlike the older analog dials, the Wi-Fi-enabled controller lets you set the temperature from your phone, watch the grill heat up, and get alerts when it's ready to go. I spent an afternoon trying the smoke preset for a brisket, and the app accurately reported the internal chamber temperature staying within a couple of degrees of the set point. For anyone who's ever been frustrated by a grill that overshoots or undershoots, that level of precision is a practical win. The real-world benefit of those 3 stainless steel grates becomes obvious once you start layering. I tested the grill with a mixed menu, a 10-pound pork shoulder on the top tier, a tray of buffalo wings on the middle tier, and a pan of sliced sweet potatoes on the bottom. The heat distribution was surprisingly even. The pork shoulder cooked through in roughly 6 hours, the wings turned out crisp on the outside while staying juicy, and the sweet potatoes caramelized without needing a separate oven. This kind of simultaneous cooking is exactly the kind of value you're looking for if you're feeding a family of 6 or more on the weekend. Now, the hidden trade-offs. First, the size of the hopper means you'll be dealing with a fairly large bag of pellets. The 18-pound capacity sounds great until you realize that the hopper sits on top of the grill, adding a noticeable amount of height. In a tight patio or a garage-stirred grill, that extra height can make loading the grill a bit awkward, especially if you're trying to do it with one hand while holding a drink. Also, the Wi-Fi connection is decent but not infallible. A couple of neighbors with congested home networks reported occasional drops, which forced them to revert to manual temperature adjustments. If a stable Wi-Fi connection is crucial for you, say, you want to drive a party from your phone, make sure your router covers the grill's spot or be ready to use the fallback knob. Another thing to think about is power demand. The Timberline 850 plugs into a standard 120V outlet, but the controller and ignition system draw a fair amount of power during startup. In older homes with older wiring, you might notice a brief flicker on the lights or a tripped breaker if the circuit is already near capacity. It's a minor annoyance, but it's something to verify when you're setting the grill up near an exterior wall or a garage door. Who should buy this thing? If you're a serious home chef who enjoys low and slow cooking, loves the versatility of being able to smoke, bake, roast, and grill in one unit, and you often entertain larger groups, the Timberline 850 is a solid match. The 3-tier grates mean you can run a full-scale barbecue without shuffling pans, and the Wi-Fi control lets you monitor progress from the kitchen or even the living room. It also appeals to the tech-savvy crowd, people who enjoy using an app to fine-tune temperatures and receive notifications when the grill reaches the perfect smoke point. On the flip side, if you're a casual grill enthusiast who mainly cooks burgers and hot dogs for 2 or 3 people, the Timberline 850 might be overkill. Its price point is higher than most entry-level pellet grills, and the added features like Wi-Fi and extra cooking space won't provide much additional benefit for a simple weekly dinner. Also, if you have limited storage space, the combined height of the grill and hopper could become a logistical headache. Let's talk practical strengths. The biggest win is consistency. Over a series of tests ranging from smoked chicken thighs to a pork loin brushed with a honey glaze, the grill maintained a tight temperature band, which is essential for achieving that coveted golden bark on smoked meats. The stainless steel grates also hold up well against rust and are easy to clean.